Asiana Airlines, one of my favorites, set to launch its second budget airline, this time focusing on international flights. Let's get out to June for more on this. June, you were telling us a little bit earlier that there was a little bit of resistance to this, but I mean, they're not going to be competing against Air Busan. Air Busan, it goes to Busan and from Busan and to Busan and from Busan. And this one is not going to go to Busan. So what is the issue? I don't understand.
Actually, that was exactly what I was going to say. But again, there was opposition from the shareholders of Air Busan, which is Asiana Airlines' other budget carrier. But it looks like these two carriers will not be overlapping in terms of business coverage at all. So Asiana is saying that Seoul Air will only operate international flights, no domestic flights. And also because all of Air Busan's flights are to and from Busan, Bernie, like you said, Asiana doesn't operate any of these same flights. And Asiana is saying that its airlines, Asiana Airlines, Air Busan, and also the new airline will not have any overlaps in business. So I guess that has been cleared up from this statement. And also, again, going back to what Asiana Airlines is saying, this new airline is not called Seoul Air yet. It's tentatively named Seoul Air. And this new airline, this budget airline, will be flying the short-haul routes that Asiana Airlines is currently running, but isn't able to make a profit. So again, this new airline will be based out of Incheon, and again, they will be using this to improve their profitability for the routes that they're not making money from. And also, this is coming on the back of budget airline carriers really growing out their market share in the past year. Last year, out of the 8.1 million passengers that flew last year, about 23% flew on budget airlines. Back to you guys.
Okay, so is it safe to say that if I'm flying budget, I don't expect any macadamia nuts to be served at all, whether in a bag or in a Waterford crystal bowl? I'm not that's serious. That's a serious question.
Macadamia nuts are for first class.
Is there a risk here of diffusing your product image? I mean, I've flown Asiana through Incheon back to the North America so many times, and the service. I mean, sometimes the plane's a little old, but the service makes up for the, sort of ratty carpet and, aged bathrooms and that sort of thing. Do you risk diffusing your brand image? I mean, how is the experience on Air Busan? I mean, you've flown Dragonair before, haven't you?
That's not a budget airline, though.
Well, it feels like one compared to Cathay.
No, it doesn't, actually, because, if you're going to fly to China, that's your best alternative.
Okay,
what are you going to fly?
Air China? Yeah, okay. You're right. I'll take KA
over Air China.
All right,
I wasn't going to mention any other airline.
Have they managed to keep up the image, June?
Actually, Bernie, that was one of the reasons that the shareholders were opposing this new airline, because they were afraid that it would dilute the image. But again, Korean Air also has their budget carrier, Jin Air, and their market share has been really taking off in the past 3 years. So I guess Asiana Airlines is just trying to, go with the route where the trend is going. And at the same time, Asiana Airlines announced a 2.8 billion order to buy 25 new Airbus planes last month. So I guess Asiana is, trying to, get a renewed fleet for their line, and then also build out a budget airline, kind of on a separate scale. Bernie?
Okay, all right. June, thank you so much for that. June Yoon there in Seoul. Let's stay in the sky.